Hello, Cal here. It is time for a review of the 9th studio album from singer, producer, painter, multidisciplined artist, Arca. And this is entitled XXXXX. That's 5 X's for those counting. This is a follow-up to the gargantuan 2021 anthology project Kick. It has been 5 years between her last studio albums and this current album, 5X. I'm going to call it 5X from now on, just to make it easier. In the meantime, she has been widely active still in music, whether that's with her production work with FKA Twigs and Björk, or even her contributions to the latest Madonna's Confessions 2 album. She has not been outside of the limelight, so to speak, in terms of music. She has been fairly active. The other thing that she has been focusing on a lot over the last couple of years has been her painting. And in fact, back in April this year, the Contemporary Institute of Arts in London, she had her Angels exhibition being shown to some really good reviews. And seeing some of the work posted up on the website, I can see her visual aesthetic is all over this. Her personality and her visual aesthetic is all over these paintings, and it's well worth, if you want to have a look into that artwork that she's been doing. But we are here to review 5X, and what we have here is a collection of shape-shifting, dissonant electronic music that Arca is known for, with her usual emphasis on themes of dystopian dread, transhumanism, and the maternal identity politics that runs throughout all of her work that she has been doing since she started in the early 2010s. This time around, she is playing with audiences' expectations, as she always does, but then again in a different way. So she's veering away from the reggaeton influences that were showing up in the Kick series, and it is a bit more cacophonous and chopped up, a bit more abstract here with the beat programming, but also we're getting tracks like the second to last track on here, the penultimate, Everything, which comes out as sort of straight and transcendental in a way. So she does reach those sort of more fluid, meditative states on this. And yeah, it is still very varied in the sense of the sound palette. The track highlights on these is definitely in the first half of the album. So we've got Eidolon, Raver, and Willow, and establishing the sound as this dizzying, orientating meditation on these futurist themes like the ones I've mentioned earlier. And it is with this palette that Arca works best. And whilst it's not accessible as some of the work on the Kick series or even Mutant, what 5X does offer is something a little bit more cerebral here, and it requires close attention with repeated listens here, as the layers do reveal themselves over time, and what you're left really here is a stunning aftertaste that you get from this music that just keeps you wanting to go back. I'm about 5 or 6 runs through this album now, and I can tell you that each time there's been just a little bit more something to get from it each time, and this is going to be one of her more favoured releases, I think. Although it doesn't have sort of the pop hooks, and it's not anchored in a pop sensibility in a way, it's more anchored in this sort of structuralist sort of idea of EDM, and this structuralist idea of how the beats are programmed on this. There's lots of very choppy beats on this, lots of like layered programming throughout. And you're kind of getting lost a little bit in the sinew of the sound, and that's why it has to take a couple of times for it to actually sort of sink in and for you to know what is actually happening here. But once you get a real handle on the sound and what's going on here, 5X is an absolutely brilliant listen here. And as I mentioned on the previous videos with regards to ranking this is actually a must listen, and this will be one of the releases of 2026 so far. Give it a listen. If you do like FKA Twigs, if you like the later Björk stuff, if you like Jenny Haval, if you like, who else? Yeah, if you like any sort of IDM or deconstructed house, I mean, that's what she does best, and this is definitely worth it for people who like that, or who are already fans of Arca as well. You're going to get a lot out of this, and it is required. A must listen for me, Arca 5X. And let us know what you want us to review next, and there'll be a few more releases coming up. There's releases from Ariana Grande and a few others that are coming out this weekend that I'm going to have a look at. And so in the meantime, take care, and I hope you're well. I'll see you in the next one.